give anyone excuse to take you down. When you stop smoking weed and stop drinking, you'll begin to get a clarity of mind, and you'll be getting ideas. You'll recognize how much time you've wasted. You recognize how much money you've wasted. You recognize how much of your life you've wasted and how much of the life of your children you have wasted. Not to lament in that, but determine that at this point it's going to stop. And the legacy that you will leave with your children will not be the addiction of drugs, will not be the addiction of alcohol, will not be the addiction of life-destructive habits and attitudes. But you'll leave them a legacy of pride, a legacy of wellness, a legacy of money even, and of power. See, we look at sometimes the foreign store owners that are in our neighborhoods and in our communities, and a lot of times we get negative about it. They're just coming here to make money off of us. So we throw and we give it away anyway. It's not like we would be making it. Instead of hating those folks, we need to learn from them and understand this is what we need to be doing. Those guys aren't rich in your community running those stores, running those gas stations. But 1 or 2 generations after they're gone, their kids or their grandkids will be rich. Because we don't think like that. We think for now, we don't think of the future. If I tell you that your kids or your grandkids could be wealthy if you would just stop smoking weed or stop drinking, would you do it? If I told you your grandchildren would be wealthy and not have to worry about the things that we or you grew up worrying about, if you would just stop eating the wrong kinds of foods and do some exercise, would you do it for them? See, these are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Will we sacrifice? Will we stop doing the things that we're doing because evidently something ain't right? We are right now, the negative character traits that we have, the personality traits that we have, the Maslow, years ago, he had this thing called a hierarchy of needs. All these things that people, desired from step by step as they got better and more, the needs that they would have. And the most basic of all human needs is survival. But what do we do in the community? We do things that are anti-survival. So why are we doing the thing that goes contrary to the most basic needs of all human beings, and that is survival? Why are we poisoning our bodies? Why are we committing crimes that are bound to get us incarcerated eventually? Why are we drinking poison into our bodies that we know has the potential to be poisoning part of our bodies? Why are we smoking things when so many people are dying of lung cancer? Why are we doing these things that are so... We have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and we know it's from the foods that we're eating and the lack of exercise in our lives. But we are self-destructing. We are choosing to self-destruct because we find enjoyment in the process. There is a confusion in that. There's a twistedness in that that's not quite right. And it would be one thing if it was just us, but this is what our children are looking at. The children are becoming just like us. They are. That's how we're created. That's how we are. We look just like